Hello YouTube and welcome to the fourth hobby video. So in today's topic we're going to talk about video games. So I like video games because they're something that I've done my whole life. Um, uh, I remember being a little kid and the first ever gaming system I had was the handheld Game Boy. Um, which I'm sure is long gone by now. I haven't seen a Game Boy in maybe 10 years. I think the last time that I saw a Game Boy was when I was 7. But that was my first Game Boy. Not first Game Boy, my first game system. And I would play Spyro on it, the little purple dragon. And I enjoyed it very much. And then I got, the PS1, the PS2, and I played Mortal Kombat all the time, all the Mortal Kombats. And I loved it to death. But the first game that really got me into gaming and got me into exploring other games and stuff like that is a game called Split Second. I have had this game since I turned 9 years old. Um, for my ninth year Christmas, my parents bought me. Of course, me and my brother shared a room at the time, but they bought me my own TV, my own Xbox 360, and my own. They bought me two games. One was a SpongeBob game, and one was Split Second. Now, before I go any further, they didn't buy this stuff like right off the bat. They saved up a lot of money all year long to buy me that. My stepdad worked his butt off to get a lot of money so he could pay the bills and save up for that present. And my mom, saved up what she could for that present, because she knew I would have a lot of fun with it. And I did. I love Split Second. It's a racing game where you get to destroy the map and things like that, and you get to destroy other vehicles and things. And it's very, very good. And every car in the game is a real car in real life. Some of them you might not have heard of, but they're real cars. And it's really, really cool. And I loved it. I loved the design. I loved the mechanics. I loved it. And it got me into other games as well. I wanted playing the Call of Duty series. I wanted playing Battlefield, and I wanted playing Destiny and things like that. I wanted playing Darksiders and Darksiders 2, which in these games, in both games, you're playing as the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. In Darksiders 1, you're playing as War, and ignore the child in the background. In the first one, you're playing as War. In the second one, you're playing as Death. I like Death more. That's grim. But I enjoy video games not only because, they're a great way to pass the time and have fun with friends and, online, but because of the stories. And it's those kinds of games that I look for. If I'm playing a game, now there are two kinds of games that I will play. One is a game that is really fun to play with online, so games like DC Universe Online, Mortal Kombat falls under both categories, but Mortal Kombat, Split Second, um, Fortnite, I guess a little bit, H1Z1, those kinds of games where it's fun to play online, or like Titanfall. That's really, really good because it's really, really entertaining to be able to play a game where it's a fictional universe and all that with other people. And of course we all love the graphics and the way it looks or things like that. Again, if you hear background noise, it's my little cousin running around the hallway. But then there's a second kind of game that I get into, and that's story based games. Games like um, games like Call of Duty, or which falls under both categories as well though. But games like Darksiders, games like Dante's Inferno, games like what are some other? There's a lot of games that I've played, so I can't really name them all. Remember Me. Um, Games that have a really well written story. They're great. And the Darksiders series is my most favorite series of games of all time. They're making a third one this year, and I can't. Well, they've already made it. There's a trailer out. They've already got the beta. I'm waiting for the actual game because I cannot wait to get my hands on it and play as Fury, which is kind of the one thing about these games I don't like. The developers of this game, when they read about the horsemen of the apocalypse, and now if you know they're from the Bible, war, death, war, famine, and strife, um, where famine is, the embodiment of disease and starvation. Well, they replaced famine with fury. And now I guess I can understand why, because how are you gonna incorporate disease and starvation into a fighting style? So I guess I can let it slide. But it's my favorite series because everything has symbolism to the character. If you look at war is big and bulky. Like war is. War is destructive. War in this series, war, um, the way they made the mechanics work in Darksiders 1 is you get all these little seals, and as you earn each seal, that's an extra life you have. So it's an extra life bar. And War has this gigantic sword, and the reason why they made it to where you can have a lot of life bars is because that's what War is. War keeps on coming. No matter how much you try to stop war, it's gonna come. So and the way that they make the fighting style of War is brute force, and he has no trouble taking a couple hits. Obviously, you don't want to take hits, so you block in things, but you can afford to take a couple hits. You can afford it. The way that they made his look, they gave him a robe and a hood, and it's red and orange. His eyes are blue, and his hair is white. And now some people don't care about these things, but me, being a book reader and all, I love paying attention to the little details and things. And THQ is known for making small little details in their game for you to notice. The colors of War are meant to symbolize everything about war. Red and orange, obviously the flames of war. The flames and the rage of war. Um, the blue eyes. The blue is supposed to represent the tears of those who mourn the fallen. The white hair is supposed to represent the grief that war brings. And it's things like that. His horse, its name is Ruin, and it's a flaming horse that's big and bulky. Again, something that is supposed to represent war. The name Ruin, whatever war, when you think about war, you think about things being ruined. Anytime that there's a war, buildings and structures, and even sometimes civilizations collapse and they're ruined. And it's such small details like that, it's the whole symbolism. Or death. They make death pale. And they make Death's his eyes are green, and green is supposed to, and so is his horse, and his horse's flames are green, and that's supposed to represent, how green a corpse is. It's supposed to just represent, the corpses and things like that. His fighting style is quick, maneuverable, and swift. Because death comes swiftly. In one of his powers, you see purple surrounding him. Purple is another sickly color. When we think about death, we think about sickly and sickness. He has a bird that tells you where to go, and that bird's name is Dust. And obviously, we all know that things that are dead turn to dust sooner or later. His horse's name is Despair, and death brings despair. And that's what I love about the series. Obviously, the fighting and all that's good, and if you go play these games, the storylines are amazing, and it's very, very entertaining, and it's very, very great to pay attention to the story. But I appreciate these games for this reason, that they put they put so much work into it, that they put very small details of symbolism into their games, to where you look at them and you have a better understanding of both the character and what the game is trying to tell you. And that's why I love video games, is because, yes, you're being taken to a fictional universe, but sometimes these fictional universes can teach you things, or bring you great entertainment, or bring you a story that you greatly enjoy, and things like that. And that's why I love playing video games. Now, before I end this video, I want to say something. So, I'm not going to say that yes, obviously y'all are going to hear a lot about my life. But as far as making videos that only surround my hobbies, this is my last one. I'm not going to keep making videos that only surround the things that I do for fun. I want to make videos about, my views and my opinions. I want to make views about my feelings. I want to make views about, not views, I want to make videos about, my friends, what I do, in my daily life, what I do when I go places, and things like that. So starting tomorrow, y'all gonna see different kinds of videos from me. Again, I'm just now getting into it, so don't expect a solid structure. That's just something I'm going to admit. So like if for, let's say, tomorrow and Wednesday, y'all see 2 videos that have something to do with each other, and then on Thursday you see a video that has nothing to do with the last 2, and you're like, well, why is he on this kind of topic? Again, I'm just not really, I haven't gotten good at structuring what I want to do with my videos yet. But yes, I'm gonna start talking more about my actual life and things like that. So yeah, and you guys will still hear about all these hobbies and what hobbies come, but as far as videos that only talk about my hobbies, this is my last one. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel, go like, comment, and subscribe so you can know the daily life of me. Someone who you barely even know, but hey, I mean, if you want a good, 15 minutes of entertainment, and you want to watch a video about someone's life for no apparent reason at all, just come over to my channel. So thank you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.